Hi everyone, Cassius here, and today I'm going to go over the second part of the party that I used for my unfair playthrough. Last time I went over the Aeon that I used, and now I'm going to go over the Skald Mercenary that I built. As you can see, he's got pretty good attack rolls overall, not great for unfair, but easily good enough for anything on core that you really have to be fighting. I started off with base level 10 strength, 15 dexterity, and all the stat points went into dexterity as he leveled up. 14 con for health, 14 int for skills, 10 wisdom, and 13 charisma, because he doesn't really need a whole lot more than that, because you can equip diadems and whatnot to make sure that charisma goes up so he can cast the spells he needs. As you can see, his will saves are also fairly high, because he's got pretty high charisma, and see they can cast the Divine Grace on him to increase those saves because he is a good alignment. The skills I went with for him were the knowledge skills because of the Scald, so that way he could really focus on those, and I could let everyone else get the other skills that I need to focus on. As for the feats that we went with, start out with lingering performance, then into weapon finesse. And at third level, instead of taking a normal feat, I went with a rage power and got lesser beast totem, and I also got lethal stance at this level. At fifth level, I got weapon focus rapier, so that way I could get into the shatter defenses later on. At sixth level, I chose the beast totem rage power. This makes it so it gets the natural bonus to everyone, or natural armor bonus, I should say. This is very helpful for tanks throughout the rest of the game. And at seventh level, I got Outflank. I should also mention that I did not even create this mercenary until late into chapter 2. So I wasn't even using him at the beginning of the game because the Scald doesn't really start to become useful until the third level when he gets the rage powers. And I was doing okay with everything else. Oh, I forgot. You got the combat reflexes feat, a bonus feat at second level. And I took 2-weapon fighting at level 7. Again, because I didn't take him earlier, this didn't come until later. At ninth level, I got improved 2-weapon fighting, so that way we'll do dual rapiers even better. And also the Rage Power Animal Fury to get the extra bite attack. This is very useful for the dogs since they're going to be tripping a lot. And this party had 2 dogs in it and 1 horse. So there's a decent amount of tripping. If you can get a third dog in there, even if you have to replace the horse with it, by all means, I recommend it. Tripping is very helpful. At level 11, I'm with improved critical rapier. They have a high crit range, so we can get the 15 through 20 crit range on his weapons. Very helpful, especially with outflank. And if he had seize the moment, then it would be even better. But he doesn't have that, so. At level 12, Beast Totem Greater. This makes it so we get pounce whenever we charge, and there's a lot of charging going on in Unfair. You want to get that advantage as much as possible. Get that early advantage, kill him as quick as you can. Also with Dazzling Display here, that way it could lead into Shatter Defenses at level 15. 13, I went with Fencing Grace to make sure to increase the amount of damage he would do, so he wasn't relying on his strength and he could rely on his dexterity. And as I just mentioned, Shatter Defenses at level 15 to take advantage of the Frightful Aspect. Also Deadly Accuracy here to increase the critical threat range. At level 17, Greater 2-Weapon Fighting, get another attack there at the end, and also Blind Fight. This is one I probably should have taken a little earlier. Level 18, I'm with Lethal Accuracy, the final rage power that we need. And I got improved initiative here at level 19, which allows me to go into the mythic feats when I get there. If you decide you want to make either Ember or Darin the Scald instead, because that is an option instead of using the Mercenary, the downside would be you would not get this Master Scald ability to not limit the amount of abilities other characters can use. And also you need to trade one of these feats you would take for this lethal accuracy rage powered there at the end. So that is an option. Just know that what you're getting into with that. As for the mythic feats, started with abundant casting at level 1 and mythic 2-weapon fighting at level 2. This can be changed around because to be honest, he's not great as a damage dealer until probably early chapter 4, because he's just not hitting enough and he's just not doing enough damage. He's more of a support character until then. And improved abundant casting here. You don't need to get greater because you only have 6 level spells. So these two early to get all the spells so he can support even better. Improved critical mythic. This is one I would recommend. If I were to do this over again, I would probably move these two to later. Got enduring spells here, then greater enduring to make sure he can make all of his spells last 24 hours. These you don't need to get early. He'll have plenty of casting capability before now to make it so it'll work fine. Ever ready here. This is when he really started to become decent at damage, when he got those attacks of opportunity bonus. Improved initiative mythic. Last stand. And lastly, I went with flawless attacks, mostly because at the end it doesn't really matter which one you go with because he already had all the stuff I cared about. And this just made it so his attack bonus was a little better. If I were to change anything here, because he wasn't very useful in damage dealing right away, I would probably swap improved initiative and 2-weapon fighting. So right there. I put improved initiative here. I put 2-weapon fighting there, and I put improved 2-weapon fighting down the line. I don't know if I go wait that long, but probably swap fence and grace. Yeah, improved 2-weapon fighting there. And either graded 2-weapon fighting or fence and grace there, then put the other one, last one there. And then, instead of taking 2-weapon fighting here, I would put improved initiative mythic right here. So that way he could go earlier and help everyone. Because as a support, you really want to make sure he starts off the battle with as much of a buff with the rage powers as possible. But anyway, that's the build that I use for my Mercenary Skald. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And until I do see you again, have a good one, y'all. Later.